Greetings and salutations. Hey, we're back to look at episodes of the show Farscape with episode Kansas. In this episode, well, John's made it back to Earth, but he soon realizes that it's almost 20 years in the past, when John was growing up. When he discovers that time has been changed, he needs to restore history before it's too late, meaning almost Back to the Future, because at one point, yes, John's father was an astronaut, because what ends up happening is John's father is picked to be an astronaut for the Challenger mission.
We shouldn't just cut to the cake.
25th Space Shuttle mission, and it is cleared the Challenger.
Oh, God. I don't know how they did it, but my dad's going up on the Challenger.
John, what are you talking about?
1986. The Challenger space shuttle exploded, killing everyone on board.
And so basically they're trying to say, shoot, we need to make sure that doesn't happen and all that. So we have almost a bit of rewriting or history in a way, or maybe that's how it was supposed to be. In that at one point, we show a more emotional side to the character of John Crichton when he was younger.
You're a spook, right? Come to test the family? Because if you guys knew anything, you'd know I can't convince my dad to do squat.
You're wrong.
You're wrong! He never listens.
And all that. I do kind of like the fact that the way they are able to explain how Dargo, Chiana, and all of them are able to blend in this episode is in that it's Halloween. It's so well. I think there's some pretty funny moments in this episode, when say some cops show up at the house that the gang are staying at, and they're just say, what are these people? What and all that? Because at one point, Dargo is wearing a jersey, and he's just gonna say, "Take off that mask! Take off that mask!"
Here, see Dargo remove his mask. See the Who Man you expect. Then go and leave us alone.
Is there a problem, officer?
Oh, no problem.
No problem. I'll just go, man, and you guys do your own thing.
Because at one point, they are watching television, they see someone give the bird in a picture, and all that, and watching Jeopardy, Sesame Street. Which, if you didn't know, this show was actually created by Jim Henson's company, the Henson Company. And, so there's a reference, say the grandmother character ends up calling someone a Muppet. I think she even called him Muppet, or, no, she called him, a police officer, a cookie monster.
Hello, Cookie Monster.
Because at that point, she's trying to, say, okay, because the plan is to, knock young John out, so then the history can be replayed, and that, young John can be saved. Because at one point, in the episode, John ends up, future John ends up getting hurt. And, past John gets hurt, so we have almost, a bit of, reference to Back to the Future.
You're that guy that...
Chiana, keep him down!
Crichton? Crichton! What's the matter?
Old woman!
Hey.
I thought she tested this stuff.
Is this supposed to be happening?
No pulse. I've got no pulse!
Please, open up.
Crichton. Crichton, I know.
What?
Your arm.
Please, open the door. We have a warrant to search these premises.
And all that. So that's pretty cool. And as the episode goes on, there's moments back on Moya, in which we discover, the woman that was chasing after Crichton, who was also in charge of the Peacekeepers.
But Crichton's DNA, which I provided for you, will enable you to detect his presence. So when he returns, as we know he will, capture him alive.
She's going after him, and like the guy that was at the right one point, the right hand to Scorpius, he shows him to say, "Hey, buddy," and all that, and it's just like say, "Okay, okay," and all that. And then, as we go further, even further in the episode, their plan was to, like, say, okay, we need to get young John into a predicament where his father ends up having to rescue him in a way. So, because at that point, he'll end up not being able to miss the Challenger mission.
John! You know, if he stays in there too much longer, it's gonna catch on fire. Why do our plans never work?
Murphy's Law.
And I kind of thought this episode was a bit fun at times. It was pretty funny. The ending is, like, say what ends up happening is they're able to get to the Moyen in the future. In the future, after the mission was a success. So what ends up happening is they end up getting on the ship, and they discover John's dad is on it.
What's wrong, John?
Was it a bass? Or a trout?
So that is a great way to finish this episode off. At least that's what I think. I thought, like, the episode did a fairly good job of, like, balancing out its humor. Because that's the one thing that about the show, is it always has a great sense of humor. It's a very fun science fiction show. But that's what I think about this. I don't think it was too bad. I'm very curious about the next episode too, based on how this one ends. See ya.